Alright.
Just gonna reach the GoPro.
Hi guys, I'm Ricky with Lonesome Studios, and today I'm going to show you how to do one of my most favorite things, which is how to make 808s in Logic. Let's go. Now, drill 808s are usually really dark and prominent. You'll notice the slides that go wee woo, and all that in the beat. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do the drill slides today. But first of all, it's important to have a good bass sample for your 808. So this is the sample that I'm gonna be using. It's just a regular 808, but this is what it sounds like. So it's pretty dark. Once you mix it in with the beat as well at the end, it will sound much better. If you don't know where to get a good 808 from, you can literally just type in a UK drill drum kit on YouTube and you'll just find loads of free kits that you can download. That's where I get most of my kits anyway. Or I'll just create my own if I've got time. But yeah, this is the one that I'm going to be using today. Here it is. So yeah, it sounds pretty bland, pretty boring. Now this 808 will make it come all to life. Now to get started on the 808s, we got to open up our sampler plugin, which is the multi-sample plugin, which can be found in your channel strip plugins. But yeah, this is my most preferred way of doing the 808s on Logic. You can easily sample audio with this sampler, so yeah, I love using this one. But first of all, we got to make sure a couple of the settings are set correct so we can do the slides. First thing we're going to do is go to the synth section. So we're just going to click on synth and it will bring up this screen here. And then we're going to click on this details drop down menu. It will bring this drop down menu here. The first thing we're going to do is change the glide to 64 milliseconds. This allows the note to glide from the root note to the note that you want it to slide to. This is what makes the drill 808 slide. Next thing we're going to do is make sure the polyphony is set to 1. I think it should come automatically set to that. If not, just change it to 1, no biggie. Next thing we got to do is change the mode to legato. So if you just click mode here, if it's on mono or poly, just change it to legato. The legato option also helps the 808 to not sound too wobbly. It will sound more like an 808 and it will allow it to slide properly as well. There's nothing else that you got to do in the mod matrices or the modulators. If you want to edit your actual 808 sound, you can go ahead and edit some of these, but you don't really need to play with it too much because the 808s that you'll download are usually already come mixed, so there's no point in changing any of that. To drag in your 808 sample, I've already done this, but I'll just show you how to do it again. So what you would do is grab your 808 audio, and this is the one that I've been using. What you would do is just drag it into this section here. As you can see, it will go blue, but all you need to do is just that. It will drag in. I've faded it in at the start a little bit just to sidechain it to the kick, so when the kick punches through, the 808 won't take over the kick, if that makes sense. So it will allow the kick to play and then the 808 will come in just after that. That's how I like to keep my 808 sounding, just because it sounds so much better that way. Now to get started on the actual patterns. So what we're going to do is create a new MIDI region here. And in our MIDI region, we're going to double click, open it up, and the key is in G. So what we're going to do is press the G note, create a note there. So now we've got our first note. So yeah, what I like to do is play my 808s where the kicks are. So I've highlighted both the kick and the 808 just so you can see both the 808 and the kick. So what I've done, put my first root note, G, onto where the kick plays. So I'm going to go ahead and test if the key is right with the 808, just to make sure the 808 is also in key. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's not off or anything. So if I play it at a different note, it will sound completely off. Yeah, that sounds horrible. So we're going to keep it a G. Bring it back down an octave. So now that we've double checked our 808's in key, I'll go ahead and play in the patterns now. So yeah, now I've got a root note playing along with the kick. So this is what it will sound like. But that's just boring. So what we're going to do is change up the pattern, change a few of the notes around so they're playing at a different pitch. And yeah, I'm going to create some glides as well. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do the pattern for your 808. You just got to experiment and see what sounds right. Now, to do the 808 slides, we've got to adjust the notes to bring them down shorter to roughly 2 bars if you want to do a quick slide. So this is what it would look like. So this is what a quick 808 slide would look like and sound like. I'll play it now. That's just a quick 808 slide, but you can obviously change the length if you want it to play differently. I'm also going to move this around. I don't want this playing at the start. But yeah, have fun with the patterns. This is what the pattern should look like on Logic for the 808. If you want to make the 808 sound different so that it stutters, for example, all you have to do is just shorten both notes, like so. And it should sound like this. So you can hear that it doesn't play a long 808 note, it stutters like duh duh. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put in some 808 slides in the beat. But yeah, I'll show you what it sounds like when I'm done. So yeah, I've created my 808 pattern. This is what it looks like. If you want to copy this pattern, by all means, go ahead. Take my source. But yeah, this is a pretty basic 808 pattern. I've not really done anything too crazy. I just want to demonstrate how the 808 slides are done. But yeah, how I like doing my 808 slides is I like making the slides most at the end of the bar, if that makes sense. So towards the end of the little loop that we've got, you'll notice that it gets more crazy with the 808 slides. I don't like doing the same pattern throughout the whole beat. So what I'll do is I'll create 3 or 4 different patterns with my 808s just to keep it varied, keep it different. But yeah, what I've done is I've just created a root note, a top note that I want it to slide to, and then I've continued the note playing afterwards as well. And over here, what I've done is I've created stutters with the 808, so it sounds like this. So it's a bit different. In this section, I've played an 808 on the off note, so it sounds offbeat, but it still works. So it sounds like this. At the end of the bar, it gets a little crazy with the 808 slides, and this is what it sounds like. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do for my 808s. But yeah, I'll change the pattern once I create more MIDI regions. So I'm just gonna make some more if I go ahead and finish the beat. But I'm just showing you how to do the beat for now. But yeah, I'm just gonna recap everything that I did. So I started off sampling my 808, putting it in the sampler, changing the synth settings to glide 64 milliseconds, polyphony on 1, mode to legato, and I've just slightly faded the start of the 808 just to allow it to sidechain to the kick a little bit better, just to allow the kick to punch through more. You don't need to worry too much about mixing the 808 on drill beats. All you got to do is just make it loud and clear. Make sure it's not distorting too much as well. I've just gone ahead and put a few simple plugins just to help it sound a bit more clear. I've boosted the mid section on the EQ as well, just because I really want the slides to be prominent. But yeah, this is all I've done. I've added a limiter just to stop it from distorting too much. I've added a wider as well, just to widen the stereo field. You don't really need to add overdrive in. It's basically a soft clipper, if you know what that is. It allows the 808 to just play at its maximum potential without clipping. But that's pretty much all I've done. Don't worry about it too much if you're starting off, because most 808s will come already mixed in the packs. So you can literally just drag in your 808, sample them, and play them in your MIDI, and then you should have a good sounding 808. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the beat sounds like with the 808 now added to it. I haven't done a build up to the beat or anything. I've just created the loops so you can see. But yeah, this is what it sounds like. once you change up the patterns with the 808s, change up the patterns with your other instruments as well, just to keep it different. It will sound good. It will sound like an actual drill beat, but right now it's basic because I haven't structured it or anything like that or mixed it. But yeah, once you've done all that, it should be sounding good. And yeah, there we go, guys. That's how to do 808s for drill beats. If you've enjoyed this video, please let us know. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.